Katrina, and this is the 7 Deadly Sins book tag. I was tagged to do this tag by Nisi at Lit Pixie. I will leave a link to her video as well as to the original creator's video down below, so go check them out. Thank you so much for tagging me, Nisi, and here we go with the questions. The first deadly sin is greed. What is your most inexpensive book and your most expensive book? The least expensive book in my house is actually not even mine. This is my husband's book, but I know it was only 5 cents. Literally a nickel for this at one of our local used bookstores. It is The Rainmaker by John Grisham. I don't even think he's read this book. He just got it because it was 5 cents, and you can't beat a nickel for a book. I don't know for sure what book I own I paid the most for. This one is the one that came to mind, which is Dreams of Gods and Monsters by Laini Taylor. And I think it was about $20, which isn't the most expensive that books can get, so it may not truly be my most expensive book, but it's the one that came to mind because I didn't get it at a bargain site or a bargain store. I just wanted it so badly that I paid full price for it. The next deadly sin is wrath. Which author do you have a love-hate relationship with? This came to my mind immediately, and that is Lauren Oliver. I started with her Delirium series and I absolutely love the idea of that world, and then, as a lot of people will tell you, the ending of that series was not totally satisfying. And then I read Before I Fall and Panic, which I liked both of those pretty well. In all of them, I found that her writing was just so beautiful. I think she really has a way with words. So then when her next book was coming out, Rooms, which was her first adult novel, I was so excited to get my hands on that. And that book just completely was not for me. I didn't really see the beauty in her writing that I had seen before, and the topics and a lot of the descriptions of the characters just struck me the wrong way. I really disliked that book. So she's definitely had some hits and misses for me. The third deadly sin is gluttony. What book have you deliciously devoured over and over again with no shame? Number 4, Sloth. What book have you put off reading due to laziness? For me, that book is definitely Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. I have seen every adaptation ever made of Pride and Prejudice, and I love the story, but every time I have tried to read this book, I can't make it past the first paragraph. My brain just goes, nope. The language from back then is just harder to get through, and I don't want to wade through it because I already know the story. I don't even want to read the book. I have no plans to read it at this point. I'm just going to keep on watching the Lizzie Bennet Diaries and every film adaptation ever made. Just, I love it all, but I have no plans to read that book right now. Sorry. Number 5, Pride. What book do you always talk about to sound like a very intellectual reader? I can't think of any specific book that I talk about with the purpose of making myself sound intellectual. I talk about a lot of books all the time. If anything, just the fact of mentioning I read that book makes me feel intellectual, I guess. So I can't think of a specific book. If you guys have heard me talk about something that makes me sound snooty, please let me know what it is because I don't know. Number 6, Lust. Which attributes do you find sexy in a male or female character? This is going to sound so weird, so just hear me out. But what really draws me to a love interest in a book is if the guy is non-human. I know that sounds crazy, but haven't you ever read a book where it's like an alien or like artificial intelligence or just some other type of being gets put into like a human body and they totally experience like emotion for the first time and just the human experience? I think it's really cool to look at life from an outside perspective, and if you want to take away the weird non-human factor, I would also say a character, a love interest that is just totally inexperienced, like a first love, just when you are experiencing something for the first time ever, especially if that thing is love, that just really draws me in because I think it's an incredible experience, and I just think that getting a new perspective on humanity and emotion, that just really always touches me. So it's not as weird as it sounds. And lastly, number 7, envy. What book do you most want? The original question is, what book would you most like to receive as a gift? But I don't find that to be a very envious situation, so my spin on this is, what book do you see everybody with advanced copies of and you just can't wait to get your hands on it too? And for me, this definitely is A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. I need it, and I need it, and I need it. Her marketing team is unreal. Her arcs go out so far in advance and everybody gets them, but I don't really want an arc. I want the actual book. I want to pay for it and own it and have it in hardcover and have my money go and support her and all this stuff, so I have to wait, and it just drives me crazy that I feel like I'm missing out, and definitely struggle with arc envy. And now comes the part where I am supposed to tag some more people. I am going to tag people down in the first comment so that hopefully you will get a notification of it. If you guys want to do it, please do, because I would love to hear your answers to these questions. If you're not into tags, no worries, no pressure at all. I don't really know who is into tags yet or not. And if I didn't tag you, please don't feel left out. Do it anyway, because I still want to hear your answers, and let me know if you do it. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know down below if you are affected by any of the 7 deadly book sins, and I will see you with another video soon. Bye! Hate is gonna hate, 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 hate. Worst!